guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking some time to click on this video. I have my Walgreens haul for you, and I also made it back to CVS today when the Coupon 24 app was working. When I got up this morning, there was a fresh notification in the Coupon 24 app that everything had been resolved. So this was the full everything I got for my Spend 30 deal. If you're interested in all the math for that and how it worked out, it's in my CVS video from yesterday, but I did go back and pick up the other two Febreze, gain sprays, and then this gain here. So the rebate on Ibotta was gone this morning for the other two Febreze, which, I didn't even factor that into my totals yesterday. So even without the additional money back on Ibotta, this was like I think it was a $4.40 money maker. So when I went back and picked up this and the other two today, but the Coupon 24 app working great. Oh, that's not focusing. So the $3.50 coupon came off for the Febreze and the $3 for the gain. And then I used $10 in extra bucks and 47 cents out of pocket. I'm sorry, that's not focusing. And then I did get the $10 extra buck back once I completed the transaction today. So that was really great. Okay, so the first deal I did at Walgreens today. First of all, I made sure, in case you don't know, and you're trying to submit for the P&G rebate, your purchases have to be made by October 31st. So Friday's the last day to make purchases for the spend 50 and get the $15 Visa. You can also spend 20 and get 5, but that's up to you because you could do either tier. So that is a limit of 1 per household. So I did ask another friend because I already did one for my household and my parents. So I did ask somebody if it was okay if I submitted on behalf of their household, and they were fine with it because, I always give people products and stuff. So the goal today was to try to obtain a $15 Visa card by spending $50 on participating P&G products. Okay, so I have never bought these before. I actually went to 2 Walgreens today. I've never even really noticed these before, but they feel super fancy, and I really, really wanted to try them. So they are actually like a lotion. So it's over in the lotion section with the rest of the Olay lotions that have pumps on the top. They're a little bit more expensive. They're super pretty, and I really wanted them. So this one was a little bit of a gamble because we have a 7 off 2 digital coupon that works on the lotions. However, this lotion doesn't scan in the app, and I can't find it in the app. So I had no idea if the 7 off 2 was going to attach to it. And then I also have a $2 off of each one IVC coupon, which is a Walgreens coupon. Again, it was attaching to the lotions, but since this lotion, I can't even find it on the website in the app anywhere, I was just going in and just hoping for the best. And the 7 off 2 did attach, and the $2 IVC came off of each one. So the goal here was just to get up to $30 to get the $10 register reward for P&G products. So I threw in the Scope toothpaste, which are also part of that deal. And they are $3.50 a piece, and we have a 5 off 3 digital coupon for those. So the Olay are $15.99 and $7.99. So for a total of $23.98, because the lotions are buy one, get one half off. You don't get any additional register rewards back or anything like that. But they do qualify for the P&G rebate, and they do qualify if you have an offer on Fetch for Olay body products. The lotions do qualify for that. So this started tracking towards that. So I had exhausted that Fetch rebate on my Fetch account yesterday. Mine was actually spend $19 and get $5.50 back or something, $5.20. So on our other Fetch account, we have spend 30 and get $4.60 back. So this started tracking towards that, which was great. I wasn't sure if it would, but it did. So the $23.98 for the 2 of them, the 7 off 2 digital came off, and the IVC took $4 off, $2 on each one. So $12.98 for the 2 of those, and then I scanned that receipt to Fetch, and it tracked whatever the price was, like $23.90. It tracked a lot towards that, spend 30. So then the Crest toothpaste is $10.50. The $5 digital came off, making it $5.50, and then I do get a $5 register reward for that. So $34.48 for everything. So over the $30 mark to get the $10 register reward. So it was $18.48 after coupons. And then I got $15 back in register rewards. So only $3.48 for all these products. Okay, so the next thing I tried to do on the same account, I had a point booster of spend 60 and get $15 in Walgreens cash. So I tried to combine that with and also spend $45 on P&G products and get the $15 register reward. So I rolled the $10 register reward from the first transaction into this attempted one, because I have been hearing from a lot of couponers out there that you can use the $10 register reward in a transaction where you're trying to get a $15 register reward for P&G and still get it. I did not get it, so I don't know what went wrong. So I'm just going to show you the transaction that I did. They just refunded everything to me because, $15 is a lot to not get. So I picked up 2 of the higher end Crest products. Actually, it was these 2 because I ended up buying them in a different transaction. They are $9 a piece. So 2 cost me $18. I had $5 digital coupons for each one of them, making it $8. And then you would get the $3 register reward back for buying 2 and $4 on Ibotta, $2 for each of them. So it would only be like $1 for the set of those. Then I was picking up 2 Colgate at $6 a piece. I got the $6 ones so that I could get up to $60 without throwing any other fillers in there. So I got the nice gum, the toxifying ones. They're not obviously part of the P&G promotion, but they are a product that would qualify for the spend $60 digital booster that I had and get $15 in Walgreens cash. So 2 of them was $12. Both $3 digitals came off, making it $6, and then I got the $4 register reward. So I wanted to pick up one of the Braun shavers. If you're not familiar, Braun is a P&G product. I'm going to pop an image up on the screen of the item, and it specifically says that it qualifies for the spend $45 and get $15. So there's no coupons for that, so it would be $29.99. And then it was just shy of hitting, I was literally a penny shy of hitting the $60 mark to get the $15 in Walgreens cash. So I found some clearance banana flavored gummy candy, put that in. So it was $60.49 before tax. Of that $60.49, the Braun shaver was $29.99 and the Crest is $18. So we were well over the $45 mark to get the $15 register reward. And then the rest was, to get up to $60 was Colgate. But that doesn't affect getting the $15 register reward. So after coupons, it was $44.49. Got back a $3 register reward. I didn't submit to Ibotta because I returned all of this, but I would have gotten $4 on Ibotta, the $4 register reward for the Colgate, and $15.60 in Walgreens cash. That would be for the spend. That's what they awarded me for the spend $60 and get $15. And then I should have gotten a $15 register reward. I did not get it, and I had attempted to roll the $10 register reward from this transaction, so I don't know if that's no longer working. If anybody had any issues with that today, please let me know, because the Crest definitely 100% produces the register reward, and then as you could see, I had on the screen before that the Braun shaver should also produce it, but I did not get it. But if everything had gone according to plan, it would have been $44.49, and then I would have gotten $41.60 back. It would have only been $2.89 for the 2 upper end Crests, 2 Colgates, the shaver, and then some candy. So we returned it, and I got everything back. So you can see I got the full $60.49 plus tax back, which is what it was. So I got the money back for the $10 register reward I had rolled from this transaction, and the $5 register reward. I had rolled both of those into this potential transaction. So I got all that back, plus the value of the coupons. I got everything back, so that it just went back on my debit card. But yeah, that definitely did not work, so I'm not sure what happened there, or if it was just the Braun shaver, or if the $10 was just not going to roll and let me have the $15. So at this point, I had all that money back on my debit card, so I just went ahead and switched up the transaction. I got the 2 Crest products again. Now, those coupons were gone because this wasn't a post void. They just gave me all the money back. But that's okay because I figured they gave me the cash. I would just use the cash, on the debit card to still get them. So no big deal. And then I picked up 4 Old Spice deodorants. Now, okay, so let's talk about it. So in order to get up over $45, I needed the 2 Crest products, and I needed one deodorant that was $9.99 and the rest were $8.99. So it was one of these 2. I'm pretty sure it was this one that's marked as $9.99 in my store, and the rest were $8.99. They're buy one, get one half off. They have a 6 off 3 digital coupon, and you're supposed to get a $4 register reward back. And I have a rebate on Fetch for Fetchtopia for spend 24 and get 6,000 points or $6. So, this one, or whichever one it was supposed to be $9.99, did not ring up for $9.99. It rung up for $8.99. And it made me 4 cents short of being at $45. So that ringing up for $1 less cost me the $5. So it's like I saved $1, but I lost $5. So technically I lost, $4. So I did contact customer service through a chat when I got home and tried to explain it to them. I even typed out all the math. I said, this is what it should have been, 9 and 9 and 9.99 and 8.9. I just typed out the whole thing and told them exactly what it should be and what happened. And they were like, there's nothing we can do about it. And I was like, okay. I was like, I wasn't trying to be like argumentative. I was just saying it was, mislabeled in store. And there's like, well, that's a store issue. And I said, well, store says call customer service. So, I was like, can you just not issue $5 in Walgreens cash as a courtesy or something? Like I was being super polite about the way I was typing everything out. And the person on the other end of the chat was like, I have issued you $3 in Walgreens cash for the inconvenience of being charged less for a product. And I was like, wow, that was sarcastic. I was like, I just don't think they understood it, but I was like, well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. And they were like, sure, and disconnected the chat. And I was like, alrighty then. So anyways, so the way it worked out, it was $8.99 for 2 of the Old Spice and $4.49 for 2 of them. So it was $26.96. I needed that to be $27.96. So the 6 off 3 came off, making it $20.96. Should have been $21.96. And I got my $4 register reward still and $6 on Fetch because I still hit both of those with no problem. The crest was $18. There would be 2 $5 digital coupons that would come off. However, I had already used them, so I just, used the money they had given me for them to, for this. So it made $8. I did get the $3 register reward and the $4 on Ibotta because I did submit for it this time. So it was $44.96 for everything, $28.96 after coupons. I got the $4 register reward, the $3 register reward, $4 on Ibotta, $6 on Fetch, a $10 register reward, and $3 in courtesy Walgreens cash. So I got $30 back, still making it a $1 and 4-cent moneymaker, which is great. If the deodorant had rung up for $9.99, it would have been $45.96 for everything, $29.96 after coupons, and I would have gotten $32 back total. But I'm still very happy to have it for free and a moneymaker. So I wanted to, on this account, I had the spend $60 and get $15 in Walgreens cash, and we still have that promotion going on where if you spend $45 on like the Johnson & Johnson products like the Aveeno, the Neutrogena, the Tylenol. I did the same deal last week. You will get $15 in Walgreens cash. So I wanted to combine those two together to get free Aveeno because I was really excited about that. So this is on a different account because I did get Crest products on this account. So here's how it worked out. This one's $14.99. This lotion is $12.99. Both Aveeno body wash are $11.99. The Tylenol are $4.99 a piece, and then of course the Crest are $9 each. So the Aveeno lotions are total $27.98. I have a $3 printable coupon for each one of those. They did take both of them, however, they did reject again, so they put them through for me. So I don't know what's going on with those Aveeno printable coupons. And then I had a $3 IBC that came off on both of those. So $15.98 for both lotions. The Aveeno body wash are $23.98 for the 2 of them. Again, 2 $3 printable coupons, and the IBC came off twice for each of those, $11.98 for the 2 body washes. The Tylenol is $9.98 for both. I had a $2 IBC that took $2 off of each, so $4, making it $5.98. And then I just added the Crest in because I wanted something to get me to the place where I would get my $15 in Walgreens cash for spending $60. That was practically free. So I did put these Crest products in. So the 2 $5 digital coupons from this account came off, making it $8. I got my $3 register reward. And I submitted to the other Ibotta for this. It only picked up one, so I'm just waiting for that to fix. So $4 back on Ibotta. I just wanted to add this on here because as you know, the IBC coupons count against you for the deals where, with the point booster of the spend 60 and get 15 and the spend 45 and get 15 for the Johnson & Johnson products. So your total still has to be at $60 to get that $15 in Walgreens cash for the point booster, and it still has to be at least $45 in participating Johnson & Johnson products to get that 15. So you can see we had $16 in IBC coupons. So that was, so after we take that out of our total, we're still over the $60 mark to get the $15 in Walgreens cash. And then if you take the 18 out of there, we're still over the $45 mark to get the $15 in Johnson & Johnson, for the Walgreens cash for the Johnson & Johnson products. So after coupons, it was $41.94. I did get the $15 in Walgreens cash for the Aveeno products and Tylenol. I got $15.63 in Walgreens cash for the spend 60. I got the $5 store coupon for the Tylenol, the $3 register reward for the Crest, and then I should get $4 back on Ibotta. So $42.63 back total. So it was a 69-cent moneymaker for just about $80 in products. So here's the $3 register reward for the Crest, the $5 store coupon, and then I will show you my receipt here. So there's the Tylenol with the IBC coupon. There's the 2 Crest products, and then the Aveeno, and you can see all the IBC coupons coming off of those. So this is where I spent the $10 register reward that I had gotten in the previous transaction, and the $4 register reward I'd gotten in the previous transaction for the Old Spice. And then there's my digital coupons, the 5 for the 2 Crest products. There's all my paper coupons that they put through for the Aveeno products. So it came down to $27.94. And I did get the $30.63 back in Walgreens cash. This one I did have to pay for with my PayPal debit card, in order to get all of that Walgreens cash back. On the previous one, since I wasn't using any boosters, I was actually able to roll $20 in Walgreens cash. And then I just used some of that money that had been refunded to me from this transaction that didn't work to pay for the rest. So last but not least, I did an online transaction, which I don't normally do, but on this account, I also had the spend 60 and get $15 in Walgreens cash, and I had clipped the coupon in the app for the spend 45 and get $15 in Walgreens cash for P&G products. Because to be honest, those register rewards that you're getting for the spend 30, get 10, or the spend 45, get 15, they're good for one day. You literally have to spend them the day after you get them. And so I thought, well, if I do it online, I'll just get Walgreens cash. So that was fine with me. So I did this transaction completely online. So I got 2 more of the Olay lotion that qualify for the spend 50 and get $15 Visa for P&G. Plus they qualify for the promotion at Walgreens of spend 45 and get $15 from Walgreens cash. I also picked up the Super Serum, which also qualifies for both the Crest and the Dawn. So the goal here again was to get up to $60 after any IBC coupons, so that I would get back the 15 in Walgreens cash for spending 60 and the 15 in Walgreens cash for spending 45 on P&G products. So the Dawn I just threw in as a filler. 2 of those at $2.99 was $5.98. The Olay serum is $34.99. So we have a $5 digital for that, and I also had a $5 IBC coupon. So that made it $24.99. I also got $7 back on Ibotta for that. The Crest the Crest deal online is actually kind of better. We have a 4 off 2 digital, and when you buy 2, you get $3 in Walgreens cash. So I picked up, I ordered 2 of these at $4 a piece, so 2 will cost you $8. The 4 off 2 digital came off making it $4, and then I got $3 in Walgreens cash. So that was easy. And then the Olay lotions, these are $13.99 a piece. So times 1.5, because they're buy one get one half off, was $20.98. On this account, the 7 off 2 digital came off for those, and the $2 IBC took off $4, 2 for each of them, making them $9.98. And then after I scanned this receipt into Fetch, I got $4.60 back on Fetch for completing that spend 30 and get $4.60 on Olay body products. So my total was $69.95, but only $60.95 of that counts for my spend booster, because we have $9 in IBC coupons, 5 for the Olay serum and 4 for the Olay lotions. So after all the coupons, it was $44.95. I paid that with my PayPal debit card. I knew going into this that I was going to be using up my Ibotta money to pay for a lot of things today, which was fine. And then I got back $45.20. So I got $15 in Walgreens cash for the spend 45 on P&G products. I got $15.60 for the spend 60 and get 15 in Walgreens cash. I got $7 back on Ibotta for the Olay serum, $3 on Walgreens cash for the Crest, and then $4.60 back on Fetch for finishing that spend 30 and get, $4.60 for Olay body products. So that was a 25-cent moneymaker, which I thought was fantastic. Let's talk about the totals of everything that qualifies for the spend 50 and get $15 Visa. So we have this Olay. So this one you can count $24.99, at least the way I did it in my transaction, because I did this online. I did not use any registered rewards to pay. So my receipt supports that. So here's the 2 Dawn. One of the Dawn there. There's the Crest toothpaste. There's the Olay serum. This is the receipt they printed out for me when I went in to pick up my in-store pickup. There's the 2 lotions. They totaled $16.98. And then there's the other Dawn. So when you go in store and pick up your items, the receipt looks different. So this is buy one, get one half off at $13.99 minus the $4 in IVC coupons. That's how that shows there. And you see here, that's already minus the IVC coupon too. You can see them right there. So my receipt shows $21.99 for the Olay, and then both are the $2.99 for the Dawn, and $16.98 for the Olay lotion. So everything on here actually qualifies for the P&G rebate except for the Crest toothpaste. And then I have a $5 digital for the serum, so I can only count $24.99. And then I have $7 in coupons for the lotion, so I can only count $9.99. But then I can count $2.99 for each of the Dawn. So there's the 2 Dawn. I can count on that receipt. No, I'm sorry. Here's the 2 Dawn. I can count on that receipt. There's the $9.98 I can count for the lotions, and the $24.99 that I can count for the serum. And then back on this receipt here, because you can see I actually paid for this one. I paid for this one with $10 in Walgreens cash, and then the rest with my PayPal debit card. So you can see, where are they? Right there. So we have $15.99 and $7.99 for those other lotions. And then I have to subtract out the $2 coupons for each of those, plus the 7 off of 2. So that only lets me count $12.98 for those 2 lotions. So $53.94 for all of those products on the 2 receipts combined. So that puts me over the $50 mark to get my $15 Visa. So this transaction was $3.48. Then I had a 25-cent moneymaker, a 69-cent moneymaker, a $1.04 moneymaker. So we're already we're at $1.50 in costs, and then I'll get that $15 Visa. So it's $13.50 moneymaker for all of these products. And I think my tax was like $6.90. So even with that, it was still a moneymaker. But it was a lot. It was a lot to get through when things weren't going well. But we persevered and we made it through. And I just think it was a wonderful week at Walgreens. You just got to be patient with yourself and patient with them. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. And thank you for watching.